Hey guys, Dr. Burkitt here. I was talking with Michael because I was able to drop quite a few insurance companies thanks to my marketing, including ground marketing, SEO, and a few other things. So I want to go over with you guys how I'm selecting which ones to drop. I went in network with Connection Dental, so it's a bunch of little insurance companies. Some of them we might only have one family or not. So I wanted a way to kind of break down how much production I'm making per insurance company, and then sort those in a quick and easy way. So that way I can see which ones, if I drop them, I won't see much change in production. After I whittle this number down a little more, I am going to start incorporating fee schedules. And so I can see, who's actually paying me less. Some stuff I learned from dropping insurance. If you guys accept Medicaid, I think this is depending on your state. You can go from not accepting any new patients. So if you do have, we're accepting Medicaid to get more busy when you first opened, you can do that. So it's not as big of a shock to your office. We were accepting Medicaid at my office, We Care Dental Care, for a little over a year, I think. It was just kids, so a lot of the kids will end up aging out. But a few months ago, we stopped accepting any new ones. So as a percentage, that group will get smaller and smaller over time. Or you could just drop Medicaid overall. But I figure if they show up for their appointments and they help me build the office, and they all that, we'll keep them in the system. For the Medicare Advantage plans, I was able to drop those and keep the regular PPOs that are attached to them. I don't have to keep those. Medicare Advantage plans are horrible. They pay almost nothing. The annual maximum is like $500. A lot of them are preventative only in fillings, and all these people want dentures, and it's just not covered. So a lot of those things just aren't that useful. So I'm going to open up Google Sheets in a second. I use Eaglesoft, so I'm sure you can get similar reports with other plans or other software companies, but I pull up insurance companies by productivity. I do work off of productivity and not collections because you might be getting paid after the fact. And so I feel like the productivity gives me a better idea of how much they're kind of impacting the day to day. Because if I get a big check one day, it might skew the numbers, but the productivity will kind of buffer that out a little bit. And so I'll show you the data, or I'll show you some like dummy data I get. When I print it out, it's like 4 pages. Even if it's all like Delta Dental Virginia, you might have like 5 different payees for this. So that's why this next step I'm going to show is pretty helpful. So this is Google Sheets. You can do the exact same thing in Excel. So you're going to write down all the insurance companies in one column, and then you're going to write all the, I might zoom this for you guys, make it bigger, make you guys happier. So you're going to write down all the insurance companies. You might see Delta Dental Virginia. I'm in Virginia. That there's like 5 different payees for the same thing. So you'll write all those down. Any insurance companies you're already out of network with, you don't have to write down because you don't have to worry about them for this, because this is what I call making your drop list to see which ones you're dropping. And because we were in some things, I had like one family and we produced like $1,000 per year for that family. Also for this, I would do probably your past 6 months to a year production. Not since whenever you opened, because I'm sure your mix of patients has changed every few months. And as you drop certain insurance companies, you might see a little less of them, a little more of other insurance companies. So you'll write down all the different payers and then how much production you're getting for all of those. If I just sort this by highest to lowest right now, it's not going to help me too much because everything's going to be kind of mixed up. So we need to consolidate first. So we'll take all the Delta Dentals and Google Sheets has a little thing down here so you can get the sum. So that's 3050, 30500. And then we're going to delete this extra data. Delete cells, shift up. So everything's going to keep getting consolidated. So that'd be 1100. 1100. You can do this yourself or have like an assistant do it. Sorry, I didn't realize I put 3 anthems there. Showing you guys again, all you gotta do is highlight everything, right click, and then you want to shift up, and then we got 3 anthems, so we'll highlight all 3 of those. $1,400. Obviously, your numbers would be a lot higher than this, but I just put in some fake data. I'm going to delete this. Delete cells. Shift up. Cigna. It's only 2. I know everyone's mad at Cigna right now because they dropped their fee schedule, which I'm not a fan of that either. But Cigna wasn't nearly my smallest insurance company I was working with, so it made more sense for me to drop other ones. And when you get this list, obviously you'll have a really long list. If you only have 4 names, this is easy to figure out. But after you consolidate all that data, you can highlight everything, right click, sort range, and you're going to want to sort by column 2 or B, because that's going to be your numerical values. And you'll hit sort. And then, so the top of the list is going to be your smallest insurance companies, and the bottom is going to be your biggest ones. And so if you're dropping some of these, you can, you'll see that it's not really going to affect your bottom line. This is also, I think, helpful for your team to see how many patients you're actually losing, how to follow up with people after you drop them to make sure that they know they can still use their insurance. I'm finding a lot of people, they find they can still use their benefits, but pay a little higher copay. It's not a huge deal. We haven't actually lost a huge amount of patients as we've dropped quite a few. Something else to watch out for is that I believe Dental Select is under Anthem. Emeritus, not Anthem. So when you drop, something like Emeritus, you're also dropping these other smaller plans. So you want to see who's connected with who, and sometimes it can be a little confusing. So you want to just try and consolidate, figure out everything as best you can. Sometimes when you get the payments in, it's a little more obvious than if you pull up things, because it might be using the fee schedule from one company, someone pays from another, and then some other company processes the claim, because insurance companies like everything complicated. But one of the goals of my office is to be as fee for service or at a network as possible. And, it's going to be a progression. I'd like to say I could drop everyone now and be fine, but I just don't think the numbers support that. I know some people online kind of push for that, but I just want to make, smart decisions for whatever is best for my office. And this is one thing for that. Later on, I'll be making something that will show, when you have just a few insurance plans, how to break down the fee schedules, your top 15 to 20 insurance codes for your specific office. So you can see, if let's say you don't do endo, you're not going to care about the reimbursement rate for endo too much. But if you're doing more crown and bridge, or basic restorative, or maybe your preventative heavy office, whatever you happen to be, you can look at the codes that matter most for your specific office. So I'll show how to pull up those 15 to 20 codes. You can break them down by proportionality, so you can see how big of an impact your comp exam fee is having on your total production. So when you're dropping these plans, you can see which ones are really the best for you specifically, not some generic average thing. If you guys have any questions for me, I'm in the Ground Marketers Facebook group. I have my full name down there, so that's Benjamin Heyerdahl Fowler Burkitt. It's quite long, probably the longest name in the group. And I post stuff from time to time. But I'm happy to answer any questions, and hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.